Welcome, my friends, to this free Hughes from the Heart. If you like what you hear, I invite you to join us for the full-blown 7-day-a-week podcast, uploading content daily for you to improve the quality of your life and your journey on this physical plane that we're all traveling on. You can go to patreon.com/Spencer Hughes. Click Become a Patron if you're so inclined. I'd really appreciate it. I'd be eternally grateful. This is a podcast to make you feel more secure and happy about the world we live in. Contrary to all the angst and anxiety produced by the mainstream media that wants you to believe everything is in a state of decay and deterioration and death, disease, destruction, and deceit, are the rules of the day. I don't believe that. I won't stand for that, not on my watch. So this is a podcast to make you feel better about your life and the world we live in. How's that? I think we could all use a little bit more reassurance and confidence and kindness and compassion. Then again, I'm a little old-fashioned. Thanks for being here. It's Hughes from the Heart. A lot of people making New Year's resolutions, a lot of people making promises that they might not be able to keep. We set high expectations for ourselves, sometimes too high. It's good to aim high, right? It's the old saying, you shoot for the moon, and even if you fall short, you still reach the stars or something like that. But we don't want to overpromise ourselves and overcommit ourselves, because then we just set ourselves up for disappointment and defeat. So I thought I'd share with you this piece from Greater Good from UC Berkeley on how to avoid slipping back into bad habits. So you're on your journey now. You are working your way towards your goals, your resolutions, whatever you want to call them for the new year. And you are hitting a stride. You are doing well. I'm down almost 20 pounds now from just mindful eating. That's something I touch on Hughes from the Heart a lot. This idea of mindfulness, mindful working, mindful playing, mindful studying, mindful eating. And I think you're going to be hearing more about mindful eating, because it is something that works. It works every time you try it. You just have to do it. No fancy diets, no keto, shmedo, fido, or any other diet of the week or of the month or of the year. There are no trends. You pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to the calories that are going in and getting burned up. The quality of what you put into your body. It's as simple as that. It really is. Being mindful as to whether or not you should be moving around right now, if you have the chance to move around and get that blood pumping, things like that. But we'll get into that another time. But my biggest fear behind it is slipping back into bad habits. Stress eating that junk again, eating those fried foods again, and things like that. So experts believe that about 80% of New Year's resolutions end in failure. That's a pretty high number. That's why the gyms are empty in the next couple of months when they're full right now. Now, people mean well. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from joining a gym if that's what you want to do. But before you even commit to a gym, commit to walking around your neighborhood for 15 minutes a day. And if your neighborhood's not safe to walk around in, go somewhere else and walk around for 15 minutes, or walk in place even while you're watching television or something. But just keep moving and try that first. People spend a lot of money on contraptions and gizmos and subscriptions and memberships to places that they never ultimately attend. Now, there's a pitfall you need to watch out for. Believe it or not, it's success. That's right, not failure, success. Now, what happens then if you attain your goal? Whether it's to learn a new language or to hit that 50-pound mark of weight loss, to go to bed earlier, to get up earlier, to get a new job, to find new friends, whatever the case may be. What happens if you make it? Well, then what, right? Then what do you do? If everything's about goal setting, when you reach the goal, then what do you do? There's a new study that was published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology and found a way to keep people engaged in their goals even after the pride of triumph is worn off. And that's a common piece of advice that you've probably heard before from a friend or a family member or a life coach or a mentor or somebody. And that is seeing your goals as a journey, not as a destination. This is very, very key to long-term success. Now, they studied over, this is from the Stanford Graduate School of Business, they studied over 1,600 people with a variety of aspirations and dreams and things. Some had fitness targets, certain steps they wanted to achieve every day, certain amount of calories they wanted to burn every day. Others had other type of objectives, like learning, academic related, and things like that. Many of the participants were in U.S. colleges, students and staff. Others were business people in Ghana. After everyone completed their goals, the researchers divided them into 2 or 3 groups. This is a really, really interesting study. One group was asked to reflect on their experience and to see it as a journey. Here's what they were told. Please take a moment to think about this goal you just successfully attained. Please think about how this experience of attaining this goal is like completing a journey. Researchers supplemented the prompt with a picture of a path sometimes and the word journey beside it. Other times they were told that a journey is completed because of the steps you took along this path. So anyway, they kept embedding in their heads, in their brains, and their psyches the concept of a journey. Then they took a second group of people. They received similar prompts, except this group, they thought about their goal as reaching a particular destination. And they saw that picture with the word destination on it instead of the word journey. Now, there was a third group, that's, of course, the control group in this study, who didn't hear these metaphors at all, so they didn't hear either one. So the participants were then asked to journal about their goal, or in the case of the business people, talk about it with an interviewer. They got together with an interviewer. The researchers found that thinking about goals as a journey can help us maintain good habits even after we've reached our target. They were more likely to take immediate actions to stay on track, maybe signing up for an exercise program, going further into their education and things like that. When the researchers checked in with them days or even months later, they had stuck with their habits better than either of the other 2 groups. 2 of the researchers said shifting people's focus to the journey aspect of the path could help to induce thoughts about where one started, what one went through, and what one has now achieved. It's a very powerful metaphor, the idea of a journey. Now, why is it so powerful? Well, the researchers involved in the study suspect that our default is to see goals as a destination, kind of an ending point. I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Wow, I just weighed myself. I lost 100 pounds. If our aim is to land a job, to buy a new house, it makes sense for our brains to kind of disengage from the goal once we've achieved it, so we can move on to other goals, right? Think about it. If you want to land a job or a new friend or a spouse or I don't know, anything, you achieve it and then you kind of get complacent, right? You move on. You forget about it. For goals that are more like lifelong habits, we need to have a totally different mindset than that. In 2 of the experiments, the researchers found that the journey metaphor gave people a greater sense of personal achievement and growth, a feeling of changing, like for real, and learning over the course of the new experience. In one experiment, it also proved helpful for people to reflect on their goals as journey before their self-improvement project had even started. So you don't need to wait until you've achieved your New Year's resolutions to implement this kind of mental trick. Just imagine yourself on a gentle path, taking one gentle step at a time, and enjoying the wonders of the adventure itself. I'm Spencer Hughes. This has been Hughes from the Heart. This is just one of the subjects we cover on Hughes from the Heart, the Positivity Podcast. And we talk about everything from health and wellness, and that's physical, spiritual, mental health, of course. We talk about the law of attraction, prosperity thinking, the words that we say about ourselves matter, thoughts becoming things. We talk about the power of the subconscious mind. We talk about the placebo effect. We talk about how we are in control of our reactions to everything. We're not in control of everything that happens. We can't control things like earthquakes. We can't control things like cancer. We can't control things like illness and sudden car accidents and things like that. But we can always control how we react to these things. And these are many of the things we talk about. Plus, in addition to all of that, we focus on the good news stories that the mainstream media thinks you have no interest in. The stories of good people doing good things in a good world. This is what I want to achieve, and this is what I am achieving through my daily podcast, my friends. Please sign up for it today. Check it out if you're interested. Become a patron today at patreon.com/Spencer Hughes. That's patreon.com/Spencer Hughes. And we'll see you in the Hughes from the Heart family sometime soon, I hope. Have a very blessed day, a prosperous day. When I say prosperous, I mean in every ways, not just financial ways, but in healthy ways, in happiness ways, in all ways. Have a beautiful, healthy, prosperous day. And we'll talk real soon, I hope.